So, how much will a universal basic income, or UBI, cost every year in the United States? Let's look at the numbers. There is wide agreement that a UBI should provide enough money to raise all adult citizens above the country's official poverty threshold. This chart shows how much that would cost in the United States in the year 2022. In that year, the U.S. population was 333.3 million people. 309.8 million of those were citizens, and 241.74 million of them were adults, at least 18 years old. Also in that year, the U.S. Census Bureau defined the poverty threshold for an adult under the age of 65 to be $15,230 of yearly income. For those over 65, the threshold was slightly less, but I will use the higher number for all adults. So, if we gave that amount to all adult citizens, it would cost $3.68 trillion per year. Now, there is wide agreement that children should share in the benefit of a universal basic income. However, there is also concern that if the children's share was provided directly to parents, that might incentivize parents to have children just to receive more money. A potential solution is to provide the children's share to daycare centers, schools, and other organizations tasked with the care and education of children. So, let's assume that half of an adult yearly share will be allocated for each minor child and paid to those organizations. That children's portion would cost an additional $520 billion, which brings our total to $4.2 trillion per year. Now let's face it, $4.2 trillion is definitely a lot of money. In fact, it was 16.3%, nearly 1/6 of the entire U.S. GDP in the year 2022. But before we throw up our hands and declare that we can never afford that amount, consider the following. The federal government spent more than $1.1 trillion on 134 welfare programs in 2022. State and local governments added about $744 billion more. Much, if not all of that spending, would be replaced by the universal basic income. While we will still need well over $2 trillion more to fund the UBI, the technological inheritance argument will show us how we can easily afford that amount. That argument forms the basis of this entire video channel. As always, I thank you for your attention. Please consider subscribing to this channel and pressing the like button so that this important topic will be recommended to more viewers.